change my screen. So speaking of Yoshi, uh, we have somebody who like experienced Yoshi healing himself for the first time, it seems like. So let me play this video for you real quick. This post is from Static Air, and it says, WTF is my boy doing? And we can just watch. So we've all seen Yoshi do this before. He's just healing himself, but like the first time you Major, yeah, I am out. That's what it looks like though, doesn't it? But the first time you see it, it is a bit alarming if you don't know what's going on. But yeah, he's healing himself. But the comments in this section were too good. So so I had to bring it up. I had to bring it up because it was pretty funny. So somebody said, bro has no snake edge, so he edges his snake instead. Okay, so I guess this part isn't for children.
Sorry, children.
It's not for children. Yeah, there's no snake edge, bro is the snake. Somebody said, having more fun than anyone else. I agree with that. Yoshi does look like a fun character. I don't think I could play Yoshi, but he does look fun. Some of these comments are pretty funny. It says, whatever Yoshi's doing, Dragonoff likes to watch. Look at how that's like. I like the pop collar too. He's just like looking over it. Somebody said, leave my husband out of this mess. Oh, somebody's a Dragonoff mate. Goonie Mitsu. Somebody beat me to it. Oh, I like somebody's tag. They play Reina, but they tagged it as clearly you don't own an air fryer. And I hope everybody owns an air fryer. That's some joy. Everybody should like know. I love air fryers. They're so good. Living his best traffic cone life, which is true. He's got the traffic cone on, displayed very proudly. The next one. Did you guys see at Texas Showdown? Major, did you see? I know you were there. The little doggy on the side. Like, how do you guys feel about having pets at tournaments? Because I would love to have, like, my cat probably wouldn't want to come with me, but I would try to get her to come with me. She'd be my little Salt, but she's black, so she'd be like Pepper, but then Pepper's Leroy's dog, so I don't know. She'd be the dark version of Salt, I guess. Maybe I could call her Charcoal. Hey, Souls, how are you? Let me give you a shout out. Did you get to see the doggy at Texas Showdown? So I think Harada responded and said, coaching by Shibu Inu. I'll add it to the customization items in the game. I really hope he does. That would be cool. Like, I'm more of a cat person, but I like dogs too. Like, I like animals, so that'd be pretty cool. I guess Paul had a little dog in Tekken 5. That's pretty cool. This would make me reinstall Tekken 8. That's all you gotta do is add animals. Everybody will love it then. All right, this one was kind of a good question, I thought, because a lot of the answers surprised me. All right, so in the Tekken subreddit, Shady Ringtone asks, does anyone else on the subreddit barely use practice mode? Since I started playing Tekken as a kid, I felt like learning the basics in training mode would be so boring. So I just mostly went straight to the online games. I'm wondering if anyone else plays this way. Context, my Lily borders between Battle Ruler and Fujin. Probably not now, but yeah, this was a couple of days ago. They seem really nice too. I talked to them a little bit. I had put my 2 cents in there. But the consensus is most people on this subreddit don't use practice mode, which I was really surprised about, because I was just like, how do you like practice combos? Like, how do you get better? How do you like practice to prevent moves? Like, how do you know how to defend against things? Like, I mean, I guess it depends on if you're, you know, a casual player, because it really, you know, I think it really depends on what your purpose in Tekken is. If you're trying to get better, if you're competing and all that stuff, yeah, you're gonna need practice mode. But I think if, you know, if you're just casual and you're just having fun, having a good time, mashing buttons, and you're enjoying life, then you know, more power to you. Don't even bother with practice mode if you don't want to. But if I think it's essential in being able to get better quickly. You can still get better, I think, from just doing like online games, but I think um, going in the lab kind of expedites it a bit. But yeah, what do you guys think about practice mode? I know all of you are in practice mode. I don't even think I have to ask you guys. Um, so this person said, who's an Assassina main, they said they use it a lot, learning combos. That's what I'm saying. Figure out how to defend in situations. So that's one for labbing. Somebody else here said the responses surprised me coming from Street Fighter into Tekken. I thought it would be the opposite. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Getting good at Tekken requires a lot of learning and practice. There's set things you should be doing at set times. Street Fighter is more of a free form, faster. I'm sure Tekken is like this, but it takes a lot of knowledge first, whereas Street Fighter, you get to the meat and potatoes a bit faster. Is that true? If anybody plays Street Fighter in the chat, let me know if you think that is true, because I don't know. So I argue that you'd need less lab time in Street Fighter and more in Tekken, at least at first. So it's surprising to see the opposite. And then somebody else also said, Lamin, this is interesting to me because I always felt the opposite was true. I started with Tekken, but I always felt like I needed to lab offensive sequences in Street Fighter, but not in Tekken. In Tekken, I just dash in and do buttons or strings, and I am creating pressure. In Street Fighter, oh, so they're kind of opposed to what the other guy said about Street Fighter. That's interesting. Don't get me wrong, I live in Tekken's practice mode, but my initial reaction when I started Street Fighter was, oh, I have to practice office in this game. So it's interesting, people coming from different games saying like the opposite is true, right? Souls, you said I'm a lab rat, I practice a lot. Yeah. Somebody said we knew no in response to the OP. I had a long response on there. Somebody said they spend more time in practice than ranked, and same. I think you'll find the vast majority of people in the sub don't use practice mode, which I find really shocking. 99% of the people in this sub don't lab. I mean, that's pretty much the consensus I'm getting to. I think a lot of people in here don't use practice mode, but I feel like probably 99% of the people I know use practice mode. So I thought it was like an obvious answer until I read the subreddit, and I was like, oh, people really don't practice. Like they just go. Considering how much training mode can help you grow, it's worthwhile to consider using it more. I use it all the time and it's helped a lot. I agree. Like I don't think I could get combos in game. Like I need to practice them over and over. I want them to be in my muscle memory so that when I play somebody, I don't have to think about it. It just comes out, you know? And I think, I don't know, I think at a certain point you reach muscle memory. And when you reach muscle memory with certain things, it's like, it just kind of happens on its own. You kind of want that for everything, right? You don't want to have to think too much about it because you're trying to like pay attention to what's happening on the stream. You don't want to have to think or on the screen. You don't want to have to think about like what your next move is going to be. Somebody said they have 1,200 hours in training mode only. Does it count it? I didn't think it counted how long you were in training mode. How would you know? Somebody said, how else are you going to learn combos? That's what I'm saying. I don't think I can learn combos in game. You want to win games by mashing? I don't think they could get up to fusion by mashing, though. I don't know. It says this isn't the 90s anymore, and most of us got internet. Back then we were kids, there was no information, so we just mashed and have fun while being ignorant. Training for 30 minutes, doing 2 combos you would never ever land in a match. And finally, when you go online, you actually land one. You think to yourself, wow, this is how the pros must feel all the time. That feeling is amazing. Trust me. I mean, I think you just have to practice until it's you don't think about it. Like that's brain power that could be going to something else. You don't want to have to think about your combos. You don't want to have to think about your strings. You don't want to have to put too much energy where you don't have to. You know, that stuff should be like automatic. And for me, like some of the stuff is automatic, some of it isn't. Like you saw the combo I was trying to do today. It's new. I've got to lab it some more. I labbed it for 2 hours yesterday and I did it every single time fine. Not at first. It took me like 20 minutes to get it. You said it finally slowed down. Oh, at work? So we were just talking about practice mode. on Tekken. Um, this person doesn't use practice mode at all. And they said they're Lily borders between Battle Ruler and Fujin. So I wonder which Tekken they started out on. Because, I mean, I've made it to Battle Ruler, and I don't think I've been playing as long. So I definitely think um, the lab helps. I think it's a very useful tool, but, like, you know, let me read my answer. Practice mode like labbing. I said it's essential. How else do you work on muscle memory? Honestly, I'm probably in practice mode doing drills and working on muscle memory more than I play the actual game. But I surround myself with those kind of people. Yeah, you guys. So I know, Obscure, you play Apex. How do you feel about labbing? Do you think it's essential? I mean, it's probably essential in like a lot of games where you have to have like a certain skill to be good at them, right? But I mean, I get it. Like, I don't think I would have been around in the early days of Tekken, like trying to like write down like how many frames I think something is and stuff like that. I'm kind of glad we have these tools today because I don't think I could do it. I don't think that's me.
That's it for this Reddit highlight. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this video, drop a comment and let me know your thoughts on these Tekken topics. Was Yoshi being sus? What do you think, and have you seen any other sus characters in Tekken? What do you think about having animals when you compete? Who would you bring with you? Let us know in the comments if you like to lab or not. If you're craving more Tekken, come hang out with me on Twitch, where I stream every other Tuesday. I have open lobbies, I'll host or compete in tournaments, and take a look at the Tekken subreddit. You can catch me competing for MechaStormTitan, so make sure you follow our socials. If you're looking for a casual, friendly, and non-toxic group to join CageFree Warriors. We are a community of gamers, streamers, and competitors that push each other to reach our goals. It's all about practicing, learning, and leveling up together. Whether you're new or experienced, we love to have you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. It really helps. Thanks again for being here. Play hard, stay kind, and get ready for the next battle.